Today, we're diving into an incredibly powerful short chapter from the Quran, Surah Al-Sharh. It's a message that was revealed specifically to soothe a heavy heart. And honestly, it holds a single promise that can completely change how you look at every single challenge in your life. You know that feeling, right? That pressure, that stress, that worry that feels like a literal weight holding you down. It can feel so overwhelming, like you can barely see a path forward. Well, you are definitely not alone, and believe it or not, there's a divine prescription for that exact feeling. And that prescription is this chapter, also known as Al-Inshirah, which literally means the relief. It was revealed way back in Mecca to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, during one of the toughest times of his entire life. It was a direct message of comfort from God to him, and through that, it's become a timeless message for every single one of us. Now, what's really interesting is how the surah begins. It doesn't start with a command or a rule. It starts with a powerful reminder of 3 blessings that have already been given. You can think of these as the spiritual and mental tools that we're all equipped with to face any storm that comes our way. First, God reminds the prophet of an open heart, that expanded feeling of peace and clarity and guidance. Second, he reminds him that a heavy burden has been lifted. All those worries and sadnesses that were so heavy, they were described as breaking his back. And third, an honored name, a promise to raise his status high. And you see that fulfilled every single day when his name is mentioned with so much love all across the globe. All right, so after reminding us of the tools we already have in our arsenal, we get to the absolute heart of the surah. This is the core message. God delivers one of the most powerful promises you will ever hear. It's so important, so crucial that he actually says it twice, just to make sure we get it. And listen really carefully to the words here. So surely with hardship comes ease. The key word is with, it's not after. This is a total game changer. It means the seed of your relief is actually planted inside the difficulty itself. The ease isn't just on its way. In a very real sense, it's already there with you in the struggle. And then, boom, he says it again, just for absolute certainty. Surely, with that hardship comes more ease. Now, this isn't just for poetic effect. Nope. In the original Arabic, there is a mind-blowing linguistic miracle happening in these 2 lines that unlocks an even deeper, more powerful meaning. Okay, let me break it down for you, because this is really cool. The Arabic word for the hardship, al-usr, is definite. In Arabic, when you repeat a definite word, you're talking about the exact same thing. So we're talking about one single specific hardship. But the word for ease, yusr, is indefinite. And when you repeat an indefinite word, it means you're talking about multiple different things. So this means we're talking about many varied and abundant types of ease. So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, it's basically a divine formula. For your one specific hardship, God has promised multiple forms of ease will accompany it. And that leads to this incredible conclusion. A single hardship can never, ever overcome the 2 or more eases that God has guaranteed will come with it. It's a guaranteed win. Okay, so knowing this promise is one thing, right? But how do we actually unlock it in our lives? How do we find our way to that guaranteed ease? Well, the surah doesn't leave us hanging. It ends with a really clear 2-step action plan. This is our part of the deal. And the plan is beautifully simple. First, so when you are free, strive. This is a direct command against sitting still. When you finish one good thing, you immediately get up and start the next. You don't just sit back and wait for ease to fall in your lap. You move towards it with continuous, purposeful action. And second, and to your Lord turn. This is all about your focus. It means directing all your hopes, your dreams, your reliance, and your longing to God and God alone. He is the one and only source of all ease. So let's put it all together. What does this mean for you and me, right here, right now? How do we actually live this promise day to day? Let's boil it all down into a final guide for relief. Here's your guide. First, you have to remember, your hardship is temporary and it is singular, but the ease that's promised is abundant and it is plural. Your one problem is already outnumbered by multiple solutions. Second, don't wait around. Keep moving. Go from one good deed to the next to the next. And finally, in everything you do, turn your heart and your hope completely towards your Lord. He is the ultimate source of all relief. And so this is the final empowering question that the surah leaves us with. If you knew with 100% certainty that ease was guaranteed to come with whatever you're struggling with, how would that change the way you face it? What mountain would you be willing to start climbing right now, knowing that relief is already a part of that journey? That is definitely something to think about.